Grand Raw Rising, kings and queens. Grab your coffee or your tea and enjoy some sacred healing space for all ages and reflections that are welcomed. No matter if you're at work, watching the kiddos at home, or even driving on the road, Rising with Ra is a beautiful sacred space to learn about the chakras as well as receive our collective card reading for the day. Along with this, we will have beautiful guests and members of the tribe come on to share their gifts, their practices, knowledge, and wisdom as we self-empower and become aware of who we are as we go forth by day.
Walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian. Yeah, she walking like an Egyptian.
Along with this, identifying patterns as well as other things that needed to be cleared and recalibrated. And with that being said, that cleared up an open way for new birthing energy to then be put into us, to be put where we can most directly access our Merkaba light body vehicle. And through our Merkaba light body vehicle, to help us all become empowered individually, and not just for you, but also for your loved ones, your community, and everybody out in the world that's open to it. So please share my content, share my channel, share these spaces I hold, so we can continue to spread these type of downloads, spread these type of enlightenments to people. I mean, you guys see the way that you're affected. So just imagine how others are affected that you share this with. And we can continue to make this a movement where we continue to share these free spaces, share this free knowledge and wisdom, these free tools and practices that we can use in everyday life, including even children and elders. Hello. Grand Rising, Grand Raw Day, and welcome everybody. Welcome to a outdoor edition of Rising with Ra. I am Marcus Christolight, Pharaoh of the Space, founder of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, multifaceted, holistic shamanic practitioner, energy worker, as well as Life Path 33, master teacher, as well as master balancer. Welcome everybody to a Friday edition outside in the beautiful nature, connecting with Ra, the sun, grounding with our feet on the earth, and tuning in and tapping in with the trees and the birds and all other living beautiful beings of Mother Gaia. On this episode today of Rising with Ra. We are going to be exploring our collective card of today, which is going to be from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, tapping into our New Earth and Lemurian ancestral codes. And then after our collective reading, we will then explore into our chakra of the day. And the chakra of the day is going to be the higher heart chakra. And then after our higher heart chakra, we will have one more episode left to cover our 12 chakras. And that will be coming up on Monday for the Universal Christ chakra. And we'll be touching on that Monday. For now, for today, on this Friday, we are going to be exploring the beautiful higher heart chakra. And I know a lot of us know about the heart chakra, the green ray, the green energy center, but not many of us know about the higher heart chakra. And the higher heart chakra is located between the heart chakra and the throat, basically at that thymus area. And we'll touch on that here in a moment after our collective reading on what the finer details are of this energy center. So get yourself cozy, grab your snacks, grab your tea, your coffee, whatever it is that you like to indulge in, and get yourself ready. Get yourself ready to get cozy, feel at home, and enjoy this space. Please feel free to hit the share button, share this with any community, any friends or loved ones that you may feel like could really benefit from this space today. And we'll also be doing a Reiki energy clearing and activation for the thymus, the higher heart chakra, a little bit later on as well. So that will be the space. It'll be about an hour and a half long. We'll have our collective reading from the Beyond Lemuria deck, and then our education on the higher heart chakra. And then we will be doing a Reiki clearing activation for the higher heart chakra that will lead for us. And as I always do with these spaces that I hold, I want to give you guys the reminder of personal inventory. Taking the space and taking the time in these spaces that I create to go into self-reflection for a moment and reflect with ourselves. Is there anything mentally that we're struggling with or could use addressing? Is there anything emotionally? And is there anything physically? And if so, just give some time to be with yourself and reflect inwardly and tap in and tune in to what you need for yourself. And if you need to, guide some breaths to those areas where you feel like there's some struggling. All right. Our collective reading for today. Ooh, okay. Our collective reading is going to be centered around the energy of luminescence. Luminescence. And it's really interesting because the higher heart chakra is our chakra today. And if you look here, she's basically alchemizing her higher heart chakra. And it's the same exact colors of the higher heart chakra, which is aqua, turquoise, and pink. Those are the colors of the higher heart: aqua, turquoise, and pink. Luminescence. And it's number 35 for my number of people out there. Shall we see what it's all about? Alrighty, so we have 35. Luminescence, self-love, the light that radiates from our hearts, light shining in the darkness, heart-centered living, removing your heart armor, accepting your shadows as the flip side of your strengths, a vulnerable, wide-open heart, authentic, heartfelt needs. I'm just going to go ahead and read this whole entire thing. Typically, I just go straight to the divinatory meaning, but for some reason, I'm feeling called to just go ahead and read this whole thing for you guys. So it goes, when we choose to journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. An illusion drops away and we see what is real. What does self-love look like for you? Self-love is often talked about, but we don't always consider its deeper implications. One of the keys for bringing heaven to earth is the realization of our optimal reality. To create a new earth, not disfamiliar to the Lemurian utopia. We navigate or illuminate our journey through our hearts. When our core foundations are integrity and kindness, our choices are ethical, and our soul radiates warmth. Hold compassionate space for others and inspire others to carry it forward. Unfortunately, as we travel through life, we often armor ourselves to protect our hearts. We fear them to be delicate and vulnerable, but this is a contrary to the incredible power of having a fully open heart. Sadly, we can toss parts of ourselves in the trash because we cannot see how they serve us, or they may feel too ugly or painful. Loving yourself is about accepting all of yourself, including the parts that you may consider less desirable. Self-love is unconditional as we make the journey to wholeness. We see that the parts we have severed from ourselves are counterparts to our greatest strengths. We also realize the actions we thought benefited others when we went out of our way to please, fall short, or fall away. In their place, we can always allow authentic gifts to unfurl and bring luminous to shared endeavors and environments. Consider how you relate to the world when you come to it from a happy place of fullness, doing things because you want to. Sometimes we feel we must give away our happiness to show we care for others. But when we live our joy, it affects others. Acting from uninspired obligation and the cloud it brings can hold no light to that joy. Remember, your internal world reflects your outer beauty. If you are met by less than ideal dynamics, they may hold a clue to your unloved parts. Accepting our less desirable aspects doesn't make behaviors that may arise from them okay. Accepting your whole self means being okay with the foundations that created these insecurities and bringing them back into balance. Ooh. I'm gonna reread that one right there. I feel like this is very much needed to be highlighted for some of us. Okay. Accepting our less desirable aspects doesn't make the behaviors that may arise from them okay. Accepting your whole self means being okay with the foundations that created these insecurities and bringing them back into balance. Wow. Beautiful words. A technique for painting light involves balancing the surroundings with a darker color. The darker the juxtaposition, the brighter the light appears. This is a great analogy for accepting all aspects of our deeper selves. Be real with your shadows so you can let more light in and shine brighter. Love is the most potent healing tool that we have, and the more we feel, the more we create. It's contagious too. The more we live from our hearts, the more we find it in our lives. So how do we kickstart the wholeness of being? Be present and authentic with your heartfelt needs. Have an awareness and a softening toward your unloved parts. It may seem easier said than done, but start seeing things from a gentler, more compassionate place, away from judgment. In the bigger picture, we are all doing the best we can within our circumstances. Often the things that keep us out of our hearts are much simpler to release than we realize. Finding what makes us happy and surrounding ourselves with those who really see us and encourage us goes a long way. Be aware of the part of yourself require extra care and attention. Honor the fantastic vessel your body is. Look at what you are good at and grow your self-appreciation from this place. Wonder at the challenges you have moved through. Dream big, but also be real about what is achievable. Do not compare yourself to others, as we all have our different struggles and strengths. Think about all you are grateful for. Acts of kindness are another way to expand that heartfelt good vibe. Divinatory meaning. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing an inner dissonance due to what you're trying to push away. This card is about self-love. That is the deep, compassionate, unconditional love of self that brings you into wholeness. Lumin essence means the essence of light. There is nothing that makes us shine more than a heart that is full of love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept your shadows so you can more easily resolve. Allow more light and love inside and out of your world. Wow. Feel that medicine. Feel that medicine flowing through my veins right now after reading that. Wow. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Got tears in my eyes. Grand Rising, Eduardo. Good to see you on this beautiful day. Good to see you, Surya, Casey. Much love to y'all. Ooh, wow, I felt that. I know this is for all of us. There are parts of yourself that you're not accepting. Parts of your own shadows that you're rejecting or suppressing or demonizing. This is your moment today. This is your moment here in Rising with Ra to dive into that and look forward to releasing it. Look forward to letting it go and surrendering to the wisdom, to the lessons from it, so that we may move forward energetically and continue to level up with ourselves. You know, part of this human journey is that we all experience the full contrast of life. And remembering that our experiences are not who we are. The experiences are temporary illusions of what we experience. And it's just passing energy and information. Who we are is a sovereign soul being however you'd like to describe it, of the creator that is experiencing the experience. And we are just basically time travelers moving through time and space, experiencing energy and information. So with that being said, there's always a constant continuation of motion, which means constant continuation of opportunity and change that we can embark upon in every moment. With that being said, that's where we can access more grace, more compassion for ourselves and others, knowing this truth of what I just said, and embodying it and remembering it by day as we continue to step forward. So then we can let go of the judgments, let go of the fear, the separation, the divide, and just allow ourselves to be who you're supposed to be, and be it. And then we be it together. And that's just all there is to it. You know, I feel like that's the goal, or what the goal should be for us, is get to a space where you can just authentically be you without needing to prove yourself or have something outside of you tell you who you are. You know, you're just being yourself and just being it authentically, lovingly. No expectation, no need to prove anything to anybody, but out of love, unconditionally. And if you're not there yet with yourself, take the time, take the space to get to a space like that with yourself. So then you can be that way. You've been given all this space, all this free will, and all this infinite energy to be able to take time and space to get yourself clear, get your heart open, and get yourself deeply connected. And then insert yourself back into the collective, insert yourself back into communities. Last thing is try to remember to catch yourself when you start veering off into negativity for too long, or you start going into limited thought beliefs for too long, surrounding anything, whether it's your healing, if you'll ever meet good people, if you won't be able to break out of a pattern. Remember the limitations that you tell yourself unconsciously. If you're saying that, oh man, it's so hard to break out of this pattern, I don't know if I ever will, or I don't think I'm worthy of that type of lifestyle. You know, I don't think I'm worthy of experiencing luxury. I don't think I'm worthy of having a lot of money for my services. Those are all limiting beliefs that you're placing upon yourself that ultimately shuts down a little bit of your attraction and manifestation. And then it kind of keeps you stagnant in this space where you're living in that limitation, rather than allowing yourself to be open to the flow of what God and the Creator has for you in this beautiful, magnificent abundance that we are experiencing. Beautiful words from Eduardo, our Peruvian shamanic brother. You are love, you are faith, you are joy. Thank you, Eduardo. Let's actually go ahead and do an affirmation with each other, if you may. We're going to do Eduardo's affirmation. Let's repeat it 3 times with each other. So it is, I am love, I am faith, I am joy. Let's go ahead and repeat that 3 times together, starting now. I am love, I am faith, I am joy. Number 2, I am love, I am strength and faith, and I am joy. Number 3, give yourself the most passion, vocalize and express with your love. I am love, I am faith, I am joy. Let that marinate in your throat, in your higher heart. Thank you again, Eduardo, with the assist. Oh, man. Beautiful, beautiful reading today. Luminescence from the Lemurian deck to complement our higher heart chakra today. The divine complements everything so beautifully, you know? That's what happens when you surrender. And for everybody out there that are in Ohio or local to Ohio, you guys can catch me this weekend, tomorrow, at Serpent Mound for the Star Knowledge Conference Fall Equinox, as I will be facilitating a spirit animal medicine guided meditation at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at Serpent Mound, Woodland Altars. And they're going on right now, actually, all the way until Monday morning. So if you guys want to head out there to Serpent Mound, go check out the Star Knowledge Fall Equinox celebration. It's a weekend event, and it's amazing family out there. Native traditional family, very honorable and very held with integrity. Eduardo's actually, he's been and facilitated at the Serpent Mound family as well. All right, y'all. We're going to now navigate over into our chakra of the day. All right, so today's chakra, we are going to be going over the higher heart chakra. So the higher heart chakra, for everybody out there, is located at the top of the chest. The traits of this energy center, or this chakra, it is resonant at 128 hertz frequency. And then, of course, you can always look these up on YouTube. Singing bowls, tuning forks, and other things attuned to this frequency. The colors that resonate with this energy center is aqua, turquoise, as well as pink. Kind of like cotton candy, bubblegum colors. You know, you think about cotton candy and bubblegum, like it embodies that higher heart energy, like that joyful, child, innocent, fun energy. Like that's what that is right there. So now, the higher heart chakra is part of the 12 chakra system, and due to it being in the location of the physical body, compared to like the soul star or the stellar gateway, which are not aligned with the physical body, they're above the physical body. The higher heart does have some traits that correlate to physical aspects of our body. And it does relate to the nervous system, the breast, the blood, the hands, as well as our immune system. So the thyroid and our immune system is one of the biggest things to highlight from the higher heart chakra. So you think about all the fear and propaganda and all the tactics that they use when it comes to things like, you know, the vax and COVID and stuff like that. You know, you think of how that's basically almost like an attack on the immune system, attack on the higher heart chakra, keeping people in darkness of their self instead of allowing them to embrace joy and alchemical transmutation through the higher heart chakra of darkness. So then it gets locked up and clogged up in the higher heart chakra, and it becomes very hard for us to be able to tap into unconditional joy and be able to transmute the darkness we're experiencing into pure love. So it's the center for transmuting darkness into pure love. It is also where we access joyful energy. It's the main center for our faith and tolerance, which is why it's also referenced as the Christ chakra or the Christ heart, because you're accessing that Christ conscious energy. When you think of Yeshua, Yeshua had a high tolerance. He was very patient. He was very compassionate and held a lot of faith in humanity and human beings, despite the flaws that humans had during his life. And that's why even when he was on the cross, he says up to, the conscious Father aspect, Father, forgive them as they don't know what they are doing. You gotta have a pretty activated Christ heart or higher heart chakra to be able to naturally be in that state during such a time of chaos and destruction, to be able to say and demonstrate something that pure through your heart. So it's also detached to Christ love. So it's that universal love where you're detached from the physical world. You're able to tap into the unconditional love of all that is, knowing that you don't need to attach, that you don't need to decide and control things outside of you, but standing in that love, knowing that the Creator and the Divine is within everything and everyone, and that everyone is being taken care of, no matter what's happening. Everybody's experiencing their cause and effect of their own accountability. And there's always something else next for each one of us, whether it's on this plane of existence or it's not in this body. Lastly, it is where we bridge our intellect with our emotions. So it's the bridge between the mind and the heart. All right, so now some blockages in the higher heart chakra can look like feeling unworthy, mistrusting our intuitive nature, so rejecting our intuition and not trusting it, and then rejecting one's own emotions, and then not knowing your purpose. These are all blockages that can happen within the higher heart chakra. So when you suppress your emotions and you don't allow them to transmute through that higher heart chakra, then we already know what that can do. Stored emotions create disease throughout the being. So that's the higher heart chakra. I'll also share some crystals with you guys as well that are great for the higher heart chakra. If I can find some. Here we are. So crystals for the higher heart chakra. We have jade, we have emerald, green calcite, rose quartz, pink tourmaline, and aventurine. These are all beautiful for the higher heart chakra. If you have any of these, feel free to grab them for the reiki clearing that we're going to do in a moment. All right. So that is our higher heart chakra, the chakra of today and Rising with Ra. And with that being said, we will now go ahead and take our few-minute break, use the restroom, hydrate, get your Zen space set up, burn some sage, grab the crystals you'd like to use, and get yourself comfortable and ready. to receive and be a part of a guided Reiki energy clearing for your higher heart chakra. I create a ring that I call my higher heart activators, made with aventurine. Oh, that's awesome, Casey. All right, y'all. So we're gonna take a break for a couple minutes, and then all right, we are back. We are back. Got some sage right here. It's a nice bundle. So everybody's go and get comfortable. You can sit or lay down, or stand if you need. How are you?
Good. What's up with you, buddy?
I'm good, doing a live,
Yeah.
educating the people on self-empowerment. He's doing pretty well. Yep, he's taking it easy. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. I will. Alrighty. Alrighty guys, go ahead and get comfortable. Man your position. As usual, check in with that posture. Make sure that you have your back straight if you're sitting, to the best of your ability. If you have physical ailments, just do what you can. You're laying down, having your legs straight, not crossed. Shoulders are nice and relaxed, down to the side. Checking in with our hands, making sure that we're not balling our fists. Checking in with the jaw, making sure that we're not clenching our teeth. And lastly, the toes, making sure we're not curling our toes. Go ahead and take your crystal that you've chosen for this practice. And with your left hand, I have a piece of rainbow fluorite here. You're gonna go ahead and with your left hand, take that crystal and place it right at the thyroid or the top of the chest, right under the throat. Place that over the left hand crystal. And remember to relax your shoulders though. Now begin to focus on the breath, breathing in through the nose. Then drawing that breath, and then exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. Continue to focus on this breath cycle. As you continue to breathe, and rise with the reiki energy that is flowing your palms of the hands into the crystal, into your heart chakra. Continue to breathe, focusing in on this breath. Ukukua shia si ia waya shutuki ua shia na sukua ushimi nati. Staying with feeling any darkness or any gunk out of this higher heart chakra. You can repeat this. I am energies of darkness that are distorting and blocking. I am embracing that help transmute, alchemize, and clear the darkness of my life. And myself of who I am. I am embracing and I am learning patience and tolerance and faith through this human journey with myself, others, as I am growing compassion or holding love and holding space for others. Ishina tukua sikie mena shutua na ia sutu bakia na ia sata shukura tia siti anatu wata. I am embracing more opportunities of joy, fun, innocence, and beauty. I am dissolving age limits through programming on being a human being at any age, no matter how old I am in this body. Softer with the waters of life. I am polishing my rough edges. Unconditional love. I honor my boundaries. I honor myself. Anashutu ayana diata. Isimi anashutu rikiana taya sin uta ishima anatia ku uku wishiana tia. Staying with the Embracing this energy, embracing this light. As it's now time for us, as we let go of the past and create for the future. You may now begin to make your way to your physical body with the breath and embracing your physical environment. Opening your eyes and moving your body when you are ready, being a part of Cashapp. How are we feeling after that? Feel free to give your feedback in the comments. And as we close out on this episode, I just want to give thank you and gratitude to all of you that tapped in and have continued to tap in throughout this journey. Thank you to all my subscribers and supporters that have continued to do so. Appreciate you. And I look forward to what more is to come. As I said earlier, you guys can catch me in person at Serpent Mound tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be doing a spirit animal meditation. And then I'll be live again on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Ascending Beyond Limitations, Law of One, with Sandy Marshall. And then on Monday, we'll be closing out the 12 chakra series of Rising with Ra with the Universal Christ Chakra at 11:11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. Anybody out there that likes retreats or beautiful holistic healing spaces, I'm hosting a one-day inner child ticket. Ages 12 and under are free. Inner child workshop, lunch and dinner provided for, homemade and plant-based. We also have fire spinning. We have painting, a live painter. Pumpkin carving, as well as beautiful community connection. October 26th, Blue Ash, Ohio. One-day retreat, $44 a ticket. Limited spaces. Reach out if you would like to be a part of that. Hop on it while it's still available. And ooh, man, blessed we are. That being said, I shall go make me my first meal of the day after my intermittent fast. And I wish you all a beautiful weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you, Casey. All this and balanced love.